Welcome to Detection Drama, the only channel that reviews AI humanizers without a horse in the race. Before I hit record on this one, everything said about Smodin across the internet in the last month got pulled together. Every claim it makes got pressure tested from a few different expert angles, and every testimonial I could find got checked for whether it's a real person or just affiliate noise. I ran it myself against GPTZero, Turnitin and Originality, so you don't have to buy it just to find out if it works. I've already done the testing. Here's what I found. Quick thing before we dig in. The prompts I use to drop an AI score by hand, no paid tool, are free. I put the best ones in a pack over at detectiondrama.com. Just drop your email and they're yours. Links at the top of the description. Okay, back to it. Here's the thing nobody reviewing Smodin will tell you. Almost every review scores it on GPTZero, watches the number drop and calls it a pass. But GPTZero isn't the detector deciding your grade or your paycheck. The honest question isn't does Smodin beat AI detection? It's which detector is standing between you and the consequence. Because Smodin wins the one nobody's actually grading you on. So what is Smodin? It's an all-in-one AI writing platform. Under one login, you get an AI writer, a humanizer that rewrites text to sound less machine-made, a plagiarism checker, and its own AI detector across more than 100 languages. The pitch is convenience. One dashboard instead of 5 separate tabs. And for a lot of students, that bundle is genuinely the appeal. And the claim it leans on is bold. Smodin says its humanizer makes AI writing read like a person wrote it, clean enough to slip past the detectors. Its own detector claims around 99% accuracy on human text and 91% confidence catching ChatGPT. Big numbers. So I did the only thing that settles it. I pasted a machine-written sample in and ran the output through the detectors myself. Before the test, here's what 30 Days of the Internet actually says about Smodin. The praise is loud but thin. Most of it is affiliate videos and the company's own tutorials, not real users. The genuine reviews land in the same place every time. It's convenient, it's cheap, it beats the free detectors, and then 2 complaints show up again and again. The humanizer sometimes mangles your meaning, and the credit limits feel stingy. 3 features do the heavy lifting. The AI content detector, which scores how machine-made your text looks, the rewriter and humanizer, which is the part meant to lower that score, and the plagiarism checker, which is the piece students actually rely on most. For beating detection, the humanizer is the one that matters, so that's where I pointed the test. The humanizer is where the score moves. You paste your AI text, pick a rewrite strength, and it regenerates the passage to raise what the detectors call perplexity and burstiness, basically making the sentence rhythm less predictable. Crank the strength up, and the score drops further, but that's also where the trouble starts, because the harder it rewrites, the more it drifts from what you actually meant. The flow is 3 steps. Paste your AI-generated text into the humanizer, choose a rewrite mode, and hit Humanize. Then recheck the output in a detector to see the new score. Simple enough that a stressed student can do it at 2 in the morning, which is honestly the whole point of the product. The question is only whether the number it gives you back means anything. So let's make it fair. I'm not clicking a random sample button because random text changes the score every run. I pasted one fixed sample, about 85 words of obvious machine writing, the kind of flat corporate AI paragraph any detector lights up on. Same text, every detector. That's the only way the numbers you're about to see actually mean something. 1 humanize pass, then the output goes into GPTZero, the detector you see here. And on GPTZero, Smodin does the job. In test after test, the paragraph that was screaming AI comes back reading mostly human. So the headline reviewers all chase is real. Against the free public detector, Smodin passes. Hold on to that though, because the free detector is the easy one. Here's the number that gets Smodin its good reviews. In independent blind tests, one humanized pass took a sample from reading around 83% AI on GPTZero down to about 12%. That's the drop everyone screenshots. And if GPTZero were the detector grading you, this review would basically be over. But it isn't. So let's point the same text at the detectors that actually decide things. Now the institutional detectors schools and employers actually use, Turnitin and Originality, the one on your screen. And this is where the story flips. Independent tests put Smodin's Turnitin bypass anywhere from under 10% to about 77%. In other words, it's a coin flip. Sometimes it passes, sometimes it gets caught clean. You cannot bet a grade on a coin flip, and it gets worse than just unreliable. And before you pay a monthly fee for any humanizer, including this one, the manual prompts cost you nothing. They're free at detectiondrama.com for an email. Grab them, then decide if you even need the paid tool. Okay, back to the part that actually matters. So let's grade the claim honestly. Does Smodin beat AI detection? The verdict is mixed, leaning misleading. Supported against the free detectors like GPTZero and CopyLeaks, unsupported and risky against Turnitin and Originality, the two that actually matter. And here's the fact that sinks it. Since 2025, Turnitin has a dedicated flag for exactly this kind of humanized, paraphrased text. So a failed pass doesn't read as clean. It reads as, "This student tried to cover it up." Against a dedicated humanizer like undetectable AI, the trade-off is clear. Smodin gives you the whole toolkit, writer, detector, plagiarism, humanizer, in one cheap subscription. A specialist tool usually pushes detection scores a bit lower and tends to keep your meaning more intact. So Smodin wins on breadth and price. It loses on the one thing a pure humanizer is built to do. Let's be fair about what Smodin does well, because it's a real amount. The all-in-one bundle genuinely saves you juggling 5 tools. It's cheap to start, it beats the free detectors reliably, it handles over 100 languages, and the plagiarism checker plus citation tools are legitimately useful for coursework, separate from the whole detection debate. And the honest limits, because this is where trust is earned. It does not reliably beat Turnitin or Originality, the detectors used in real academic and professional settings. The humanizer drifts, changing your meaning outright in about 1 in 10 samples. Its own detector only catches around a third of mixed human and AI text, and the credits are the loudest complaint: hard daily caps and no rollover. One more thing the score chasers skip. Passing a detector and staying readable are 2 different tests. When I read Smodin's humanized output closely, it swapped precise words for vaguer synonyms and softened specific facts into mush. It reads human, sure, but sometimes it reads like a human who didn't quite understand the topic. Undetectable is not the same as good. The money. Smodin's free tier is 1,000 words a day and 3 rewrites, roughly 1 short essay. Paid starter is $10 a month billed annually, and premium runs $16, the tier whose own page literally promises, and I'm quoting, "the highest humanization possible to bypass Turnitin level detection." The catch users flag most, the credits don't roll over, and you're billed every month whether you touched it or not. So, is it worth paying for? Here's the uncomfortable math. You're renting a bypass capability that depreciates every time Turnitin ships an update, and they shipped 2 in the last year. You pay monthly for a moving target that's moving against you. If you want the plagiarism checker and the writing bundle, fine. That holds its value. If you're paying purely to beat detection, you're on the losing side of an arms race. A quick note on why you won't see me quote glowing user testimonials here. When I checked, almost all of Smodin's online praise traced back to affiliate videos and its own marketing, not independent users. So instead of faking enthusiasm, here's the straight read on who it's actually for. It fits students and bloggers who want a cheap, convenient, all-in-one writing toolkit and are checking low-stakes work against the free detectors. And just as important, who should skip it? If your work gets checked by Turnitin or Originality, this is the wrong tool, and worse than wrong, because a failed pass can flag that you tried. If you need your exact meaning preserved word for word, the humanizer will let you down. And if you write in bursts, those credit caps will stop you cold mid-session. So picture the 2 people. One's a blogger rewriting 100 articles, checking against a free detector, loving the bundle. The other's a student submitting to Turnitin, 1 bad coin flip away from an academic integrity meeting. Same tool, completely different outcome. That's the whole review in 1 frame. It's not good or bad. It's right or wrong for your exact situation. Which brings me to the part I actually care about. You don't need a monthly subscription to lower an AI score. The biggest drops I get come from rewriting by hand with the right prompts, guiding the model to vary its rhythm and drop its tells, and that costs nothing. No credits, no caps, no depreciating bypass. Just the prompts and your own edit. My verdict: Smodin is a solid 6.5 out of 10 as an all-in-one writing toolkit, and a poor choice as a detection beater for anything that matters. It wins the detector nobody's grading you on, and folds against the ones that decide your grade. Buy it for the bundle if you like the convenience. Do not buy it to beat Turnitin. That's the impartial read. So here's what you now know without spending a cent. Smodin beats the free detectors, coin flips Turnitin, and can actually flag you if it fails. Its humanizer trades meaning for a passing number. Its real value is the cheap all-in-one bundle, priced on a credit model that quietly bills you while the bypass gets weaker. That's the testing done for you. So that's the honest read on Smodin. If you want the prompts I actually use against GPTZero and Turnitin, they're free at detectiondrama.com. Just leave your email, grab them, and subscribe to Detection Drama so the next impartial review finds you before you spend money on the wrong tool.